And today is the 8th of June and it's 2020 and the weather has changed. It feels like winter, and that's why I have this nice winter-like jacket. Now that's not the story I'm going to tell you about. Not about my winter jacket and the weather changing, but I'm gonna speak about life. And before I do that, I remember my brother bought me a t-shirt that had been written, "Life is unrehearsed drama." Unfortunately, it was stolen, but I do remember the message on that t-shirt. And this morning as I'm walking, I remember thinking about life being unrehearsed, and I woke up this morning thinking about that, and I was led to listen to the story of Job of the Bible. And what I want to say is, things change, just like this weather changed. Yesterday it was nice and beautiful and warm, sunny, summer day. Yes, it was a bit cloudy, but today it's more cloudy. Everywhere it's cloudy. Yeah, it is cloudy. It is cloudy. And it's raining, it's drizzling, and I believe some places are drizzling more than where I am. The thing is, circumstances in life will change. Like COVID-19 now, when it was reported and we've been told about it, life changed. Our routines changed. We don't go to work in the same way we used to. Some people are working from home. Some people haven't been to work for a long time. Some people didn't stop working. They're still working. Some people are working even harder, like the medical teams and the nurses and the doctors. The NHS didn't stop working. The food production didn't stop working. The essential services still are running. And in life, there will be those essential things that will keep on running. And yesterday I mentioned about the spices of life, and I was saying about having an all-rounded life: spiritual, physical, intellectual, commercial, emotional, and social. Those are some of the aspects of life that they remain as they are. They are essentials in life. We need to maintain those. But sometimes we ignore. We don't maintain them the way we should maintain them. Why? Because maybe we don't know how. And one of the elements I like looking at is the spiritual element, because I believe that once we are conquered in the spirit sense, when we know who we are and whose we are, then we are able to live our lives according to God's standards. And that's where Job comes in. God had a witness of Job, that he was righteous. His integrity was known to God. And even when the devil went asking for permission to ruin his life, God had a testimony for Job. He would say, "He is righteous before me." And that's the testimony I would love to have before God. That's the testimony I would love you to have before God. Putting your life right with God, having the right spirit, a contrite spirit, contrite heart, a heart that is right with God. But we don't have the power to make that one ourselves. He is the one who justifies us and gives us the righteousness through the sacrifice of the Son Jesus. Again, when I think of Job, I think of him as a type of Christ. He suffered because of his righteousness. The devil did ask for permission to kind of put him through a lot of problems, but he conquered, and at the end God restored him and restored everything that he had lost. So today I want to ask you, what testimony does God have of you? What testimony can God say, "This person is right before me because they have accepted my Son Jesus as the sacrifice that I offered for them. This person is in right standing. He won't deny me. This person, I know them inside out." One of the things we kind of fallen into the trap of is performance. Sometimes we want to be performing life But unfortunately, we can't just perform life. Life is real. Like I said, it's unrehearsed drama, but the drama of life is real. The essentials are essentials. We need them. We need a spiritual breakthrough. My Bible tells me if I don't have a spiritual breakthrough now, then I will face judgment with God. And I don't want it to be like that. I don't want to be feeling like it's just judgment. I want to know that it's to do with heaven. And my aim is to trust in God, and my aim is to worship God. And I don't have to do it in heaven. I can start it right here. So my question for you today is, are you in the right standing with God? Have you allowed Him to pronounce righteousness upon your life? Have you allowed Him to forgive your sins and you start afresh with Him? Have you allowed God to be your witness and to say this person is right with me? And in the process of doing that, whether the devil brings whatever he brings, you will know that God is with you. He is always with us. He knows our every move. He knows our every struggle. He knows. But we do need to acknowledge that and receive Him and let Him lead us. And in the process of Him leading us, He will be able to give a testimony of who we are and protect us against the attacks of the enemy. So God bless you today as you think about your own standing with God. And when you go through hard times, it's not that you're on your own. God is still with you. And it could be that it's an attack of the enemy. It could be that God has allowed it. It could be that there's nothing, we don't have the other reasons to explain it. But one thing I know is that God gives us a right standing with Him through Jesus Christ. He has suffered for us. He has taken the burden of our sins on His shoulders. And all we need to do is to believe, to trust God, be obedient. The verse for yesterday was saying about loving one another, and through loving one another, people will know that we are the disciples of Jesus. So have a wonderful day and think about your own spiritual life. Do you have a right standing with God? Are you performing life, or are you living in the reality of who God is and who you are? Do you know who you are and whose you belong to? Once you are able to conquer these two ideas, then life begins. A right walk with God. Have a wonderful day. I could continue talking and talking and talking, but one of the things, the main message was, life is unrehearsed drama. Each day is different. Today the weather is different, but God is the same. He knows you. He walks with you. He's calling you. He wants to have a full life with you, leading you and guiding you each step of the way. And as you go about your day-to-day activities, He's with you, calling and inviting you to His presence, so that He will give you life in abundance, so that you will walk with Him in the fullness of what He has for you. Now it's a bit muddy today, and when the weather changes, when things in life change, then you need to know how to maneuver about, but not on your own, with God. Have a blessed day and walk with God. Seek after His righteousness, and all these other things will be added to us. When bad things come, He will help us to overcome. So have a blessed day, and let's have another chat another day. God bless you.